Yeah, so just warmest welcome. I always say this is my favorite kind of party, and I really am also very deeply touched that you're here to meditate. I believe and know in my bones that meditation is more important than ever, and that it's not just for our own private sense of escape or peace, but it really does have a profound impact on our nervous systems and our spirits and our hearts, and that leaks out in ways we don't even have to try to make happen. And we have impacts on other beings that are supportive. So, thank you for being here to practice. And I forgot to say I'm Brooke McNamara, in case we don't know each other yet, although I know many of you very well. I'm also happy to see some new faces, and I think it's best if we just dive in. Less talking, more sitting. So, you might have a long term meditation practice already established in your body, mind, heart. And so you're very, very welcome to do the practice that serves you and feels right to you. I like to say sometimes if we were on a Zen retreat, I'd be more strict about Zen forms. I'm a Zen teacher and student. Um, so there's a context where it's very strict, and this is not that. I like to hold it with a lot of intentionality, but also let you choose the posture and approach that serves you best. And that might be following along with what I offer. And if it's not, please feel totally free to rebel and do your own thing. Sound good? Okay, great. I'm going to trust you to follow what's most supportive and enlivening for you. If you'd like to follow along with my instructions, I always invite you to begin with some movement. So, whatever your body wants, a stretch or a jiggle or a hoot or a holler or a maybe you want to pant like a dog. We're all on mute, so you can make sound, you can move, and there's always this kind of excited feeling for me, a little nervous, a little excited when we're all gathering for the first time. And so it just feels good to move that and stretch and wiggle. And you're always welcome to look around on the screen, and people are doing some things that might look really nice, and you might want to borrow those. Or you might be like, I don't feel like moving. I'm just going to sit still already. And that's cool too. So, when you're ready to settle into stillness, go ahead and find a posture that's both awake and bright, and at the same time has ease and relaxation. Zen sitting comes from roots in the yogic tradition, where the teaching on meditation posture is to balance sthira and sukha. Sthira means strength, and sukha means sweetness. So we can always kind of tune for ourselves in any given moment. How can I lengthen my spine and bring a little muscularity or even like athleticism or vitality? A longer inhale, if that's what I need. That's the sthira or strength. Or how can I create or invite a little more ease, sweetness? That can be with a longer exhale. That can be with bringing hands to touch your own body on your heart or your belly or your face. Sometimes just a really gentle little undulation of the spine will remind us of a sweetness and a fluidity and an ease. So finding a posture, sitting, lying down, for you, it might be walking, and that's fine. Just turn your screen off if you're walking. And when I sit down in a cross-legged posture, I like to pull the flesh out from under my sitting bones. So that means like pulling your butt out from under you so that the sits bones can root right into your cushion or chair. And you might feel how that takes the spine from a kind of slightly collapsed place to a more naturally upright, lengthened place. And you can organize your legs so that they're as symmetrical as possible, either kneeling, cross-legged, or in a chair with your feet on the ground. If you're in a chair, it's good to uncross your legs and just feel both feet evenly on the ground. So finding a posture that's as comfortable and stable as possible. We will encounter pain in this life, as we all know, but we're going to set ourselves up for as much comfort as possible, because why not? And so just on your next exhale, let there be a nice long exhale, feeling into gravity, feeling into the base of the body, yielding to the earth. Sometimes I like to imagine I'm sitting on a beautiful beach in my hometown on some soft sand, and that I can just feel the base of my body sinking into the sand and creating an imprint. So it's like we're giving the full weight of our body as a gift to the earth, yielding, surrendering. And as you soften, however much you can, it's not a contest. You don't have to do it right or perfectly. But as you can soften into gravity and into the earth, you might open your attention also to how the earth is already and always right here, waiting to offer support. So there's a mutuality and a conversation and a relationship with the living earth below. And as you yield your weight, you don't have to push it down, but just letting go of a little effort. You can maybe notice or be open to the possibility of feeling the presence of the ground. You might even experience a subtle sensation of rooting, or if you have a vivid imagination like me, you might start to see that or really feel roots of some kind. You don't have to, but it might just start to happen that you sense a rooting into the ground. And from that contact with the earth, then if you wish to, you can begin to explore on your next inhale a gentle lengthening upward of the spine, and maybe a sensation of longing or intention or upwelling of your reason for being here, or your reason for practice. You can feel this evolutionary or erotic kind of rising energy up the spine on the inhale, and just feeling that length up the body, not needing to stiffen or straighten the spine, but just a little buzzing of energy and attention up through the spine and all the way up through the center of the crown of the head. And so there's this beautiful dynamic interplay between rooting, anchoring, and then rising, growing, becoming. And you might want to play with that breath by breath, where the exhale allows you to root and soften, and the inhale allows you to lengthen and connect up towards sky and possibility and infinite space. In the center or locus point where these two aspects of ourselves and reality meet and mingle is in the space of the heart. So you can just feel how rooting and rising is cross-fading in the space of your own heart. And with that tuning tended to, you can kind of let that go. Unless you really like it, you can stick with it. But if you're ready, you can now invite yourself to do a little less and see what it's like right now to do even less. And sometimes when we do less, then we begin to feel what's actually here, and that can be awesome or challenging or both. But you can gently and bravely just begin to feel what is right here in your body, what sensations. Can you simply welcome them and feel them without grabbing on, letting them come and go? And same for your thoughts. If you notice chatting about what's happening or the past or the future, just letting that be. It's totally fine. You don't have to stop thinking, but just rest back and notice the thinking, let it come and let it go. And same for any emotional textures you notice. There might be a heavy sensation that you might call sorrow, or a tingly warmth that you might call excitement. And so letting sensation in the body, thoughts, and emotions all just be what they are. Welcoming reality as it is and yourself as you are. And the final instruction before we just sit in silence is, in the Zen tradition, they say to take the backward step, where you are invited to simply identify as this which is aware of all of your experience. Taking the backward step and resting as awareness itself, vast, timeless, unknowable, wide open, and also intimate, intimate with your very experience right now. So resting as that which is free from and simultaneously intimate with this moment. I'll ring the bell 3 times, sit in silence, and I'll ring it once when we are finished. you're willing to join your hands in prayer or gasho, you can do that now, or you can bring them to your heart. And you're invited to make a little bow to complete our meditation together. All right. Thank you so much for being willing to sit quietly together.